her as she is now being received.
We hope that you all enjoyed your meal and the wonderful musical accompaniment from the famed jazz ensemble. And welcome to everyone from around the DMV who's joined us virtually to watch this program. I also want to thank the wonderful men and women in this room who helped serve our dinner tonight. I know this is a difficult crowd to corral, and we're very grateful that you got us in and got us out. And now, the moment that you've been waiting for, we have the giveaway. Please welcome to the stage tonight's host committee chairs, Kathy Alvarado, the CEO of Helios HR, and John Allen, Region Bank President of Wells Fargo.
You do.
I do. Good evening. Woo. That was a little loud. That was a little enthusiastic. Thank you, Rachel, for the generous and gracious welcome. And thanks to all of you for being here this evening. What an amazing event, right? We're in the middle of a pandemic still, and everybody is here having a great, safe time. Thank you to LGW for bringing this community together. All right, we are here to celebrate somebody very special in our community. So I would ask that for the next few minutes, we have everybody's attention. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to introduce my colleague and class member, John Allen, who is amazing.
Thank you.
And let him say a few words.
Well, first of all, this would not have been a success without the power of LGW, Leadership Greater Washington. So give it up for Leadership Greater Washington. As Kathy mentioned, I'm John Allen, and I represent Wells Fargo. But tonight is not about that. It's very simple. What's that? I love it. In class of 2020, unstoppable. Tonight's giveaway is simple. The wheel of names will spin, and the lucky winner will receive a chef's table experience for themselves and 7 guests at Crane's, a Michelin-starred, Grammy Award-winning restaurant just down the street. So let's spin the wheel.
Look at all those names up there. Oh my God. You're going to have to read that name off.
I can't see it. Somebody has to help me.
All right.
I can read it.
Well, is it going to pop up? There we go.
Leo Bernard, are you here today? Leo Bernard. There you are in the back. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, that was exciting. And speaking of exciting, thank you. We are thrilled to announce the results of the fundraising efforts for tonight's event, which couldn't have happened without all of you who are in this room this evening and our amazing host committee. Think of a number in your head. We raised collectively $425,000. Thank you for all of your generosity.
I'm going to say a few words. So thank you for really focusing in on this very important milestone. Generosity is what brings us here tonight. Leadership Greater Washington's Leader of the Year Award was created to honor the best of the best in our regional leadership, not just at their job or best at raising money, but best at truly giving of themselves to service to others, to being a guiding light for multitude of people and a multitude of causes. True leadership is not just one person, but a collage of many, a legend of many working towards a greater purpose. There are certain individuals who excel at bringing all these people together, who help so many while asking only that they give their all. And that ask will impact and be felt by so many in different places and times in our community. And so many different individuals could be recognized. But tonight, we honor my friend, Lyles Carr.
Lyles has done an incredible amount of work in our community, in our region, and beyond. From serving on the founding boards of numerous nonprofits to creating fundraising events that are critical to the success of so many nonprofits in our community. And I suspect that many of us are here representing LGW as a result of Lyles' enthusiasm and encouragement that we join. The list of his accomplishments and accolades go on and on and on. But tonight isn't necessarily about celebrating his work and accomplishments. It's about celebrating the man himself. A man who has touched so many, not just in this audience, but in our region and beyond. A man who has given himself over to a greater purpose and who has shown true leadership in both good times and bad. His commitment and influence have brought so many people together for a common cause, including all of us in the audience this evening, and his impact is felt far and wide. If Lyles has been a guiding presence in your life, whether through a quick conversation, a consistent helping hand, or a connection to somebody in his vast network, I would ask you to stand right now.
Look at this room.
I'm not at all surprised to see how many of you are standing just now. The reason for tonight's award is reflected in the LGW tagline, great minds for a greater purpose. And this evening's honoree embodies this in abundance. Please join us in celebrating LGW's 2021 Leader of the Years, Lyles Carr.
Derives joy from people connecting with one another and taking on great things. And
I think that just speaks to his character as a person. It's never about him. It's always about what he can do for others and what he can do with others for the community.
Many people think about Lyles as somebody who cares about the nonprofit community, and he does deeply care about the nonprofit community, but he cares more about that intersection. How do you make that work together? If you help the nonprofit community and you help this individual, whether it's me or it's everyone sitting in this room tonight at LGW, how does that marry together to make our community a better community for everybody? Lyles is a graduate of Episcopal High School. He grew up on the Eastern Shore. His family has been here for a long, long time. Lyles is a Washingtonian through and through. Lyles was driven deeply by his calling in this community and his calling on this earth. He was brought here for a certain purpose. That's actually is the craziness about Lyles. I've never met anybody in my life who has been so selfless in his commitment to others as Lyles.
I met Lyles Carr my year of Leadership Washington. I was in the third year class. Gave us a sense of the history, which was short at the time, but also really was an exemplar of what our founders expected of Leadership Washington to advance the region. And Lyles has certainly done that.
He doesn't come across immediately as a quintessential businessman. He's always thinking about what can I do for you?
His purpose, I believe, as he shared with so many of us, has really been to build others. He is authentic because you will get the honesty. Whatever you're talking about, discussing, he's going to give it to you straight. I think he's been one of the early champions of diversity and equity in this region. He believes in individuals. He builds people. And for that, he becomes even more of a treasure for us.
I met Lyles somewhere around 1996 at the Greater Washington Board of Trade, and Lyles cornered me and said, "You've got to apply, you've got to do it. No ifs, ands, or buts." And it ended up being transformative.
Act for Alexandria, the result of a collaboration of a lot of people, but I really think it would not have happened if it weren't for Lyles. There were different individuals in Alexandria who were thinking of different ways to give back, and it was really Lyles who connected everybody and helped them see how they could achieve more by coming together.
There aren't too many people like Lyles that operate in so many different circles, whether it is on the business side or it's Jubilee Housing and many of the nonprofits. He is that super connector that makes a lot of things happen in the community, and he has a special place in his heart for LGW. But I think as we come up to celebrating the 35th anniversary, the fact that Lyles has promoted and pushed for the kind of diversity that has been a big part of the establishing values of LGW means a lot.
What chokes me up about Lyles is his ability to serve others, his ability to be selfless in any way. And for us to be sitting here tonight and honoring this person who has given so much to so many people in this room is so important to me personally, because we've never as a community come together to celebrate what he has done for all of us. And that's why I'm here tonight.
Raised as a gentleman, he embraced his role as big brother. And I think he's been a big brother for some of you out there as well. I know I'm glad he's mine too. Congratulations, dude. Woof.
Congratulations, and here's to a great night to celebrate someone so deserving.
I can only be grateful to Lyles. I do want to say that. Lyles, I love you, but mostly I'm really grateful to you for all you've done for all of us.
Congratulations, Lyles, on a well-deserved honor and award. We love you.
Congratulations, Lyles, on this phenomenal award and recognition. And thank you for all you do for the Greater Washington community.
Thanks to you and your leadership and commitment, Leadership Washington is strong and its future is very bright. Thank you so much.
To my good friend Lyles, I offer you my sincerest congratulations tonight. We all love you.
Will you please stand and welcome Lyles Carr to the stage?
Yeah. I have remarks. That down there. Wow. I appreciate you all giving me those couple of moments to try to pull myself together. I think you're all excused from a funeral. You have seen and heard the eulogy. And thank you to all of you who have been so kind with your remarks on that video and from this podium. Myra Artis, Alex Mahan, Heather, Rachel, Doug, Rosie, my sister. You are wonderful friends, and your own contributions to our community are immeasurable. I can't express how moved I am. Your overly generous and thoughtful words. As you can see, it's difficult for me to maintain my composure after such a touching introduction. I know it's not a surprise to many of you. In fact, I hear that some of my more mischievous friends have a betting pool going on how long it takes me to dissolve completely. Yeah, well, the shortest odds were when I walked through the door. When I think of the previous leaders of the years, Rosie, Alex, and Artis, whose work, character, and commitment have set a standard for all of us, and so many other members of LGW who are worthy of this recognition, I truly am bewildered and exceptionally humbled. I really don't see what I do as very special or deserving of credit. Whether you believe it's the plan of a higher power, as I do, or want to chalk it up to simple chance, I just find myself in places where I can see a way to help. I don't believe anyone accomplishes anything of significance on their own. If there are such people, I'm certainly not one of them. So I have a somewhat lengthy list of thank yous. I want to begin by piling on my gratitude to Barbara Blum, Steve Harlan, and the LGW presidents and chairs who have led and inspired us for these last 35 years. I also want to recognize Lori Cedar, the original loaned executive from the Board of Trade. She provided the oversight and access, as did the Board of Trade, to the resources we needed to get started. And Felicia Hatton, our program director and only full-time staff member through all of our formative years. And I want to personally thank the LGW professional team who are always there to support and encourage me and all the rest of us. And especially, I want to add my thanks to the Celebration Host Committee led by Kathy and John. You are all great friends, and I understand and appreciate the hard work you put to make this night so successful, and it is so successful. I want to thank my partners, Bill and Brian McCormick, who not only never ask whether what I do in the community has anything to do with business, but in fact encourage me and everyone else in the company to do more. A number of others of my McCormick Group coworkers are also here this evening. I get to take the bows, but they and their colleagues are the ones volunteering, serving on boards, and providing services to our area's nonprofits. I know what they do and appreciate it. I want to be sure that all of you know it too. I'd like to recognize my family who are here this evening. My daughter Molly and her husband Chris Franklin, my cousin Art Reside, and my nephew Sam Ackerman and his wife Jackie, my brother Tyler and his wife Chris. They're each involved in their own projects and causes, but always find time to support me and mine. I very much appreciate their encouragement over the years and their joining in tonight's celebration. I'm grateful, though, that my siblings don't actually get the microphone. They are unabashed mimics, with me being their favorite target. The most important person of my life is my wife, Sarah. She's a beautiful blonde right here in front. She manages a successful real estate career, has her own list of causes, and watches over an ever larger number of individuals, often elderly, who need someone to care. With all that, she accepts that while I'm working in the community, I'm going to be pretty much worthless around the house. It still supports and encourages me. This recognition by Leadership Greater Washington is an acknowledgement of her contribution as well. Anything I seem to have accomplished, professionally or in the community, couldn't have been done without her. Baby, I am nothing except you. I also want to thank all of you. After I get myself together a minute. But all of you, the members of Leadership Greater Washington, not just for sharing this wonderful evening with me, but for the work you do for the good of our community. I've seen and felt LGW's impact from the opening luncheon of my 1987 class through all these 35 years. Pardon me. Oh. Yeah, well, whatever contribution, modest it is as it is, that I may have made in the community is the result of connections and relationships developed with so many of you through Leadership Greater Washington. Our work, though, is far from done. Seemingly intransient problems before the pandemic have grown almost exponentially as it's gone on. As the recent Washington Business Journal series, The DMD Divide, highlights, the pandemic has doubled food insecurity in the region. It has financially crippled lower income renters. And a lack of quality nutrition and healthcare options means the average Ward 8 resident will live 15 fewer years than a Ward 3 resident. It's 15 fewer years. That last lays bare how substantially race and racial inequity are cruel underlying factors in so many lives and communities. With our nation and region dysfunctionally divided, politically, economically, and racially, and by gender, geography, and belief, we are failing in our efforts to solve the problems of our communities. I believe Leadership Greater Washington's purpose is to bring together leaders to develop the trust and respect to bridge those divides and work together on our community's most challenging issues. It's then up to each of us to do the work. While I'd love to see it happen at the system level, I've never been important enough or had the resources, access, or influence to affect that kind of change. If you do, please tell me how I can help. I've approached it one person and one organization at a time. It's like the young girl facing the beach full of floundering starfish who may not be able to help them all, but can make a difference to each one individual she gets back in the ocean. I can do something to change the life of one person for the better. The gift I was given is the ability to connect people to make a difference. Although in this crowd, it may be truly preaching to the choir, I'm asking you to join me, to find a cause and go to work. This room is full of people who can help. Start by connecting with someone tonight who, together with you, will work across our divides to also make a difference. Because in the capital of the richest nation in the history of the world, no child should go hungry. No family should be homeless. No person should be without access to quality health care. And race, gender, sexual orientation, belief, or any other way in which we may be different cannot be a factor. To very loosely paraphrase first century Rabbi Hillel the Elder, if not us, who? If not now, when? Those of you who know me best know that I have something of a mantra that expresses the guiding principle by which I've tried to live for something like the last 35 years. I don't know the author or where it came from, but I've carried it here, wallet, here. I've carried it here and in my heart for all that time. If you'll bear with me for just a few more moments, I want to share it with all of you. Is anybody happier because you passed their way? Does anyone remember that you spoke to them today? Can you say tonight in parting with the day that's slipping fast that you helped a single person of the many that you passed? Is a single heart rejoicing over what you did or said? Does the one whose hopes were fading now with courage look ahead? Did you leave a trail of kindness or a scar of discontent? As you close your eyes in slumber, do you think that God will say, you have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today? Thank you again for your work on behalf. Thank you all again for your work on behalf of our community, for your friendship, and for this wonderful honor tonight. Thank you. What? Oh. Don't drop it.
I'm not going to drop it. I'm presenting the bowl. But we're going to put it back down. So
Passing the bowl. That's very
go.
good. Very excellent. All right, well, that nice.
I'm going to drop it.
What?
No. Wait. I got to introduce you.
I'm
Just
sorry.
give me a minute.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Ready? Lyles, you've been an extraordinary champion for LGW and for our region. Congratulations, and thank you so much for all that you do. LGW is lucky to have you as a common thread, uniting leaders and change makers throughout the region. And we have one more surprise to announce. And keeping a surprise from Lyles is not easy. To help me with this announcement, I am thrilled to introduce Alex Orfinger, Market President and Publisher of the Washington Business Journal.
Lyles, keeping a secret from you is, a miracle of all miracles. But this is the final surprise tonight. I'm really honored to announce the establishment of the Lyles Carr Signature Program Scholarship Fund. The LGW community and your friends rallied to raise these funds in your honor. And what better way to honor your legacy and your impact? Every dollar we raise tonight will go towards tuition for the LGW Signature Program. This will ensure that your generous spirit will live on for many years. We raised $100,000.
So I get to say thank you again. That's unbelievable. I can't think of anything that would have been dearer to me than just to help someone else, particularly somebody who might not otherwise have the resources to go through this program and be part of this organization. Thank you all for contributing to it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the program portion of the evening. We have a dessert bar and a regular bar that's open till 10 o'clock. So please go outside and enjoy yourselves. Thank you all. God bless you. Lyles, congratulations.